Okay, so I've been getting several requests, or I guess comments, on the fact that WinPlot doesn't work. So I'm going to do a couple of demonstrations on how to use the graphing calculator. Some people haven't used the graphing calculator before. I don't know what applied courses you would have taken that didn't involve the calculator, but at any rate, I'm going to just use some of the examples from the learning modules. So just bear with me. I know it doesn't look the greatest on the screen, but hopefully you guys can kind of match this up with what's in Module 6. So I'm going to start with some quadratics. This example here, I'm just going to skip down to the example. Graph y equals x squared plus 8x plus 15, and then it asks you a few questions. The vertex, the intercepts, the equation of the axis of symmetry, and the domain and range. So if we go to a graphing calculator, you can get to this screen by hitting y equals, which is the button just up at the top left. And in there, if you want to enter y equals x squared plus 8x plus 15, so you go to this the button next to the alpha key, x, t, theta, n, that will put an x in, and then x squared plus 8x plus 15. That'll enter the equation for you. If you go zoom 6, that'll set it back to a standard window, and then that happens to work in this situation. Sometimes you have to adjust the window a little bit, but here it'll work. To find the vertex is the lowest point or the highest point. In this case, we have a minimum. So you're going to go second trace. We want to calculate a minimum, so we choose number 3. Then I can't see my cursor right now. Where am I? There, it's coming now. So and it's asking for a left bound, so I want to bring that cursor to the left of the minimum. I hit enter. Then I go to the right of the minimum. I hit enter, and then somewhere in the middle. And that gives me a vertex of -4, -1. And to find the intercepts, the x-intercepts are also known as zeros. So again, we go second trace, and we get into this window here. We want to find a 0, so we choose number 2. To calculate the leftmost 0, I want to bring my cursor to the left of that 0. I hit enter. Then to the right of the 0, I hit enter. And then I just hit enter a third time, and it gives me that 0 is located at -5. So when y is equal to 0, the x value is -5. If I want to find the other 0, I go second trace, number 2, and then I want to go to the left of that 0. I hit enter. Then it asks me for a right bound, so I go to the right, hit enter again, and hit enter a third time, and it gives me the other 0 of -3. When it asks for the intercepts, it also wants the y-intercept. I can't actually see my y-intercept right now, so I'm going to hit the button that says window, which is up at the top. And I want to change my x-max. Right now my x-max is at 10. I'm going to change it to 20 just so I can see everything. And my y-intercept is where the parabola crosses the y-axis. So if I go second trace value, number 1, and let x equal 0, that's going to give me my y-intercept of 15. I could also find that just by plugging 0 into the equation. The equation of the axis of symmetry is going to be where the parabola is cut in half, and that's at the vertex, which we found to be -4, -1. So the equation of the axis of symmetry would be -4. And then your domain and range, well, for any parabola or quadratic function, the domain is x is the element of reals. And in this case, our lowest point on the y values is -1. So our range is going to be y greater than or equal to -1.